Hi guys, here is MIH. So today I'm here to present some of the methods, both general and specific, to obtain some reagents. Now, I'm trying to make this sort of like applicable to every area, but my viewers are definitely from everywhere on the planet, and every person's circumstances may be different. For example, some of the reagents are controlled in a certain area while others are not. So to deal with this, I'm just going to first present a general method and then present some of the specific ways that I found useful in my own area. So let's start with the general method I have here. So apart from if your region is controlled and hazardous, then you have to find it through non-reagent sources. So basically you can't get it in bottles unless you have like the specific certificate for it, but that is usually quite hard to get. But for every other case, you can somehow like buy the reagent in some sort of reagent brands, like actually in a reagent bottle with a certified purity, instead of trying to make it yourself. But well, a lot of the sources are actually better, like if you actually make it yourself, because it might be cheaper, or you may bear less dangers of being found by your government or something like that. But in general, we're like following the laws in our area, and we're just chemical hobbyists. We're not making like illegal drugs or something. I hope you guys are not. So here I don't discuss any potentially illegal methods. So yeah, just as a declaration of that. Okay. Now we're going to get into the inorganic chemicals, and those are like the chemicals that are quite high in demand and relatively easy to come by, rather than the organic chemicals I'll be showing later. So here is a list of the controlled chemicals in my area and a partial list of the hazardous but not controlled chemicals. So this list may depend. This list kind of varies a lot depending where your area is in, but usually like the controlled stuff are like staying the same, but the hazardous ones are not. For example, like I think all areas would control like the three acids, for example, and probably the 30% hydrogen peroxide and like sodium borohydride and stuff. But no doubt those stuff are actually very useful in a lot of reactions. Here I will show some ways that you can get around this. I won't exactly explain this because, well, it gets into details, and I don't really like people who like misuse those details and then tries to do illegal stuff. So like I would accept private messages, however, if you like ask me, or in the comments I would like give a slight bit of detail, but not a lot, just like not the whole method, because some of those stuff you see here may be slightly illegal to process. Okay. So here are the organic chemicals. It's a rather shorter list because like it's like the difference between controlled chemicals and hazardous chemicals here is not exactly that much, because like most organic hazardous chemicals are usually not sold around. For example, like a bunch of the organic solvents, like something like THF, for example, and or I mean toluene's controlled and acetone's controlled, but there are other stuff. I just can't think of one on top of my head, but that's fine. Like just to know that a lot of organic solvents are like hazardous, so they can be quite hard to come by, and especially in high grades that you'll need for experiment. So that poses a slight difficulty. So here is sort of the method, like different from the inorganic chemicals, which usually don't have a easy substitute to come by. Organic reagents, especially solvents, actually have decently close substitutes. For example, as we all know, diethyl ether has been slowly substituted by MTBE, which is short for methyl terbutyl ether, because it doesn't form explosive peroxides and thus is much safer to handle. The substitutes in parentheses are like the substitutes that I think don't exactly fit it. For example, like petroleum ether with toluene, that's like you usually don't do that because you don't run the column with toluene, right? But the other ones without a parentheses is like the stuff that you'll more commonly encounter. For example, like methanol for ethanol and like piperidine for pearlidine or something like that. So yeah, this is basically it. Today's video is quite short, but hopefully you'll learn something new, and don't do illegal stuff. So yeah, see you next time.